What's up, Raider Nation? I think we got the coaching staff complete. Well, or maybe, is there anyone else we need to add? Anyway, let's talk about it. What is up, Raider Nation? Looks like we got our coaching staff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what I've been waiting on, the O-line coach, a little bit on NFL Combine, and then we're going to wrap it up with some free agency. But first, I want to bring in the stars of the show. We got my boy Arthur and, of course, Mother tonight? Moon. What's up, guys? Spicy will be jumping on a little later. And
I think maybe April, she's going to try to come on later as well.
She made sure. Crew. Yes. Hey, before we begin, let's light that torch by hitting the like button, subscribe, and join to become a member, guys. Well, all right. I know I'm excited. I mean, I was waiting, and it seemed like they knew I was waiting and made me wait. I mean, it felt like he was the last dude. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. This should have been like, outside of coordinators, to me, this should have been like the pick right thereafter. But there was a couple in the middle. But I'm glad to see them get it done. Dennison seems like he's been there. He's been with a Kubiak, not just Klint, but also with his dad. So This seems like a guy not only that he's familiar with, but he has a bunch of O-line coaching experience, and it's not his son.
Exactly.
I'm not mad or nothing, but I just thought right now that seems like a little bonus that, our O-line coach is nobody's son. That's the head coach. So That's a good thing. How you guys feel about it?
No, I agree with you. I'm really excited about it. I once again, it's one of those things they took their time on. They made sure they got it right. I think it's the right hire. Just kind of everything I've read about him. Like you said, he's been with not only Klint, but with Gary. He has, I think, 4 Super Bowl rings that he's won in the NFL on staffs. So I like the hire. I think it's not only going to help out this O-line, but by helping out the O-line, it's going to help out. Obviously, it's going to open up holes for Genty, and it's going to help out our rookie quarterback that we're presuming to get in April. So I love it.
Well, I wasn't as excited until I just saw you guys. And since you're super excited, hey, I'm on. Let's do it.
I mean, with the bar so low, you can't help but be excited. I mean, that offensive line was bad.
Very bad.
It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that everyone, at least all the Raider fans that I have seen posting, they were excited about having Klint Kubiak bring in a more modern offense. And that offense begins and ends with the offensive line. 100%. So for me, I was just like, who's the line coach? Who's the line coach? Who's the line coach? Like, okay, who's the line coach? You know what I mean? Because this thing is not going to run without it. It's the engine, outside of the quarterback, of course. You know what I mean? We all know that. But, you know what I mean? The quarterback is more like the car driver, but the line is more of the engine. You know what I mean? And when I saw that, I saw the experience that this guy is going to bring to the table. And I just felt that that's definitely, at least on paper, a huge upgrade from what we had. Now, some people may not like this, and I definitely want to hear how you guys think. But I also think now, we know we got to do in free agency,
right?
But do we also have to think about Colton Miller? He hasn't been able to finish. In my mind, he hasn't really been able to finish a season in a couple of years, or at least I'm gonna say he hasn't been able to play a complete season in a couple of years. and he's not getting any younger. Is this something that could be an issue in 26?
I mean, his health is definitely a concern. Like you said, he hasn't played a complete season in the last 2 years, but when he's healthy, he's still a top 5 left tackle in this league. So hopefully the scheme that Dennison's going to bring in, the scheme that Kubiak's going to bring in, the type of blocking scheme is going to maybe kind of fit his style of blocking a little bit more. And, you know, when you're working in a scheme that you're used to playing with, whether it's a run, you know, power blocking or zone blocking, you know, that's what, you know, you're a zone blocker and that's what you want to be, the type of system you want to be in. It's easier for you to stay healthy because you know all the ins and outs of that scheme versus you're playing in a power blocking scheme and it just doesn't fit you. And, you know, you're more likely to move a certain way or do a certain thing and get hurt. So I'm hoping that the scheme that Dennison's going to run is going to fit Kolton Miller's style. And it's going to be a way of keeping him healthy. Cause I agree best ability is availability and he hasn't been available the whole season over the past couple of years. But like I said, when he's healthy, I mean, he's still definitely top 5. I mean, if you don't say he's top 5, he's definitely top 10 tackle in this league for sure. So, I mean, that's my thought on Kolton.
I mean, left tackle is, you know,
it's big,
right?
That's your insurance policy.
The blind side, right?
That's the insurance policy. Absolutely, we all know that. I think Kolton still plays it at a high level when he's healthy.
Oh, definitely. I know in the 24 season, it took him a while coming back from that injury I mean, he was getting, it was ugly watching him play because he was getting blown back into the quarterback. I mean, it was like, it was painful.
But then the second half of the season when he was healthy, he didn't allow a sack.
Oh, yeah. Right. So. But in a league where every game is critical, you know what I mean? Not just to win your division or make the playoffs. Now you got seeding and, you know, you got everything else. So you want to be able to put your best foot forward every game. And I'm sure he feels that way. So I'm just thinking, okay, you know, if I'm Spytech and I know I got to address the line in some way, you know what I mean? We're going to look at what we have, how much we have to address the line, you know what I mean? Because I think coaching was so bad that I could not get a good gauge on our draft picks. Were they good? Were they bad? You know what I mean? Do we need to keep going? I just could not get a good read because I just felt the whole thing was just garbage. And we know, at least right now, you know, and we'll maybe touch on the free agents that we like coming in, but let's just say in the top 10, I just see a center and some guards, you know what I mean, right now, as those are the guys that look like the best, you know, the top 10, top 15 free agents in the NFL. And not a left tackle, you know what I mean? Where I know we've had, you know, DJ Glaze, he's been the right tackle. Because to me, I'm thinking, dude, do we need that safety net boss right tackle that could actually, in case of Kolton issues, step in at left tackle? And do we have it right now? You know what I mean?
I think we do. I think, like you said, I mean, you just hit the nail on the head. There are rookies that we drafted last year. You weren't able to gauge because the coaching was so bad. I beat the drum on, you know, for months saying that when Philbin ran this offensive line late 24, it was top 15 in blocking. It was 15th in blocking and 6th in run blocking as soon as Joe Philbin took over the second half of the season. So I think that Caleb Rogers at right tackle makes the most sense. He looked good. You slide Glaze over to right guard. And then, like you said, if Kolton does go down, DJ Glaze showed that when coached right, when everything was there, I mean, his rookie season, he played that right tackle spot. He can play that right tackle, and you can move Rogers to left tackle as a safety net if we needed it. We also have 10 draft picks. So, I mean, if we go out and get another tackle in the draft, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. So, I mean, there's ways that we can go about this. I mean, I don't think we need to push the big red button and start panicking on Kolton Miller right now. I think that there's pieces in place on this O-line with just the players that we have. They've shown me, plus the 2 rookies that we drafted last year that really didn't get a chance to play, the O-line showed me that under the right circumstances with the right coaching, it can be a good, decent, I mean, whatever you want to call it, offensive line. Like I said, 15th in blocking or in pass block is decent. 6th in run blocking, though, is good. So it can be a line that could be serviceable that we can do some things behind. I'm just hoping, like I said, Dennison's going to be the right guy. And then we bring in those rookies. And then, like I said, this year in the draft, if we want to bring in another 1 or 2, we have the picks to do it.
Definitely. Real quick, let's just say what's up to some of the folks in the chats. What's going on, Raider Travis? Love seeing you there, my brother.
I would really like to hear from you, Travis. Why don't you call in? The link's right there.
That'd be crazy if he actually joined the show. He's always in the chats. He may be a little camera shy. I don't know. You know what I mean? So
who else we have? Maybe will join us.
What's up, Anna? It's great to see you. Thanks for showing up.
Supporter there. Love you.
Definitely. And then we got Cool Kev up in the building. Man, great to see you. Man, like I say, guys, hey, the link is in the top of the chats or somewhere towards the top. If you want to join the show, hit the link, come pull up, tell us how you feel about what's going on, and, holla.
Yeah, and if you're a little shy, you don't have to be on camera. You could just, call in. We could hear you out with with your little Cool Kev icon there. Give us a call and let us hear what
I'm shy. I'm shy, and I'm here every week, and I'm hella shy. Sure.
I just want to say before we get going on the rest that we've had the Raiderettes Roundtable on before, and we've had Mama on before, who was a former Raiderette, fabulous Raiderette. As I should show you my little patch here. Well, she had the experience we all wish we had. She was on the Super Bowl halftime dancing, doing her thing. And of course, she had to wait a little bit, but now she is able to talk to us and talk about her experience about the halftime show as she was dancing up there as part of the wedding party. So we are going to have her back on sometime this week. So I want y'all to be prepared and watch, and maybe go back and watch some of the other interviews we have with her. She's a great former Raiderette, and we just love to have her back. And so we're going to have her this week at some time. So stay posted on that.
Nice. I love when we get back to our roots of our story. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. Hey, but look, Cool Kev is saying we need to exhaust all options and not settle with the previous regime's leftovers.
Lefties? Nobody likes lefties.
Well, I mean, here we go. Because we got some damn good leftovers.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
Previous regime, I gotta say, man, because you gotta think Brock Bowers is a part of the previous regime.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good pieces that are part of the Raiders regime, but I think I get what he's saying. I just hope they're better than that, though, Cool Kev. I hope that they can look at film, understand what they want these guys to do, look at what some of these guys have done, and be able to make some really, really accurate assumptions. I'm just hoping, maybe I'm dreaming, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping they're that good. You know what I mean? I hope there's some conversations with the players to say, hey, what do you do good? Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you ever want to know about somebody, ask them, so I hope we get a lot of that.
And I agree with them. I'm all for exhausting all options. I'm just saying that we don't need to completely blow it all up and abandon the talent that we have. And we've done that too many times where we bring in a new coaching staff, they get rid of players. And we've talked about it several times with, how many players were playing for New England? How many players, were in the playoffs this year that were former Raider players that we just didn't sign, we let go. So there's no reason to completely blow everything up right now. I'm like I said, I'm for bringing in a lot of free agents, exhausting all options on both sides of the ball, but to completely just say, well, these are the previous regime's leftovers and just start, we need to start from scratch. I don't think we need to do that. There's some talent on both sides of the ball, and we just need to make sure that we're evaluating it correctly and moving forward with it and making sure that they are going to work in Kubiak's system that he sees going forward.
Nice. Well, you know that sound, you guys, and I gotta do it, even though she's always doing it for people who pop up, and I'm like, fuck it. You know what? She was running a little bit late, so I'm gonna do it for Spicy.
Absolutely.
I'll take it. What's good,
That's great, Omar.
Listen. Sometimes you hang out at the tailgate a little too long, and you don't make it into the game on time. It happens. Mother Moon used to do it all the time. We used to call her Mia, missing in action. Sometimes the gator and the purple drink in the parking lot is just too good. But I'm here. Yeah. I made it.
Yep. Hey, there you go. Oh man.
What's
so
good, Cool Kev?
just to catch you up real quick, we talked about the O-line coach. We're kind of digging into the O-line a little bit. Cool Kev in the chat was just basically saying, hey, don't screw around with the leftovers. And I think he did follow that up. And he was just saying outside of the top 10, we've had a lot of misses. And you know what? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, or I'm just going to stomp this all the way through the draft. I'm like, all them late picks, dude, let's package that shit up and jump into the first 3 rounds. I would not mind if all our picks was in the first 3 rounds and we just 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, man, we just keep trading up, not trading down. So anyway, some people probably may not like that idea, but I'm with it, man. I want starters. I want people that are going to make the team.
I'm not here for trading down, especially that first pick. I'm with you, I'm with you.
I agree a little bit with Cool Kev about the misses in those later rounds, and I'm just thinking, hey, man, you know what? Yeah, let's just move up. Let's move up, turn this thing around a little sooner rather than later.
Yeah, no,
and in case we aren't playing yet, because I don't think I saw it, because I know I was keeping an eye while I was still in the tailgate. I don't think I saw it, so let's just throw it out there. The drinking game alert is coaching.
I was just drinking.
Play along with it.
That's what I'm
sorry,
really, I was too, right?
I did.
I was just drinking.
But in case anyone else wants to join along with us, y'all know what to do.
Oh, man. Let's go back to the chats. Look like, what up, Jay Jackson? He says, I'm at work too, but I'll be in Vegas this weekend for the CTE dinner with Max Crosby. Man, Jay is everywhere. My brother be everywhere.
He's not on the go for no reason, right? He's not on the go because where he's at, he's where he's going to be, right, Mother Moon?
That's right. Where you going to be?
Okay, can I
never know where he's going to be at.
And Jay Jackson, respond to me, please. And maybe I don't know all the ins and outs of this, but did somehow the CTE dinner just change one year? And is it like always going to honor Mad Max? Because I feel like when it was in Oakland, the commitment to excellent dinner was alumni, this and that. Then once it got to Vegas, it's like CTE Mad Max. I'm not mad at it. Don't get me wrong. So you can honor him every year. You know what I'm saying? Pander to him, kiss his ring. We want him here. But I just feel like the CTE, they should just rename it at this point because it's always honoring Mad Max.
Mad Max,
right? Hey.
Why not?
Mad Max until somebody's better. Hey, Mad Max until somebody's better.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm down with this. I'm not mad at it. I'm just kind of wondering, I didn't necessarily get the official memo with the the Raiders. How do you say? What do you say when you call the memos with the timestamp? Not the timestamp, but the
email.
Sure.
Letterhead. Maybe that's just like a shout to the other players. Like, hey, here's the standard. Get there. And you'll be honored. There you go.
You'll be honored.
Yeah, there you go. So
much love to you, Jay Jackson, and Ms. Ana Diaz, and Raider Travis. I see all y'all in here.
Raider Travis was wondering where you were, Spicy. April's going to be MIA. She may drop in, but she had some scheduling things. So but she'll be back for show.
For show.
Yep. But man, now. So today is, I believe, it's the first day of the NFL Combine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I read, our guy Doza is not throwing. Yes. Now, I love Doza. I want us to draft him number 1 overall. Even though he's not throwing, I still want us to draft him number 1 overall. But as I was talking to Arthur, I was just like, you know what? There's still that part of me that wants to see that competitive juice in people saying, oh, I'm going to throw here. I'm going to throw at my pro day. I'm going to just hit on everything. I do understand why they don't. They want to show their best. They want to put themselves, this is their opportunity to show themselves in the best light that they possibly can. He's going to, I'm assuming he's going to go to the combine and do the other drills, go through all the measurables, go through the meetings and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Especially a lot of chalk talk happens there with quarterbacks and things. So, but that's just me. I do wish that he wanted to throw there to just showing that competitive. We know he's got it. He showed it on the field. He'll sell out his body to win. So we know it's there. it's just little stuff like that. That's just me. What do you guys think?
Also, okay, so let me be, and I respect your opinion, of course, Omar. And everyone has an opinion here, right? Because if you want to join the show, join the mic, take the mic, and join the madness. But no. I'm just like this is why I disagree with it. We know, I don't even think the combine's necessary. I think it's something the NFL puts on for pomp and circumstance, to make money, to get crowd, blah, blah, blah. We know what this kid could do, and we know what every kid can do. Yep. If you've been watching college football all year, you know what their skill base is. We don't need a combine. We don't need someone to jump and hit a little thing like you're at the Santa Monica Pier with your child on a weekend. He ran a 4.2 and a 4.3, and we know what these guys can do. We've watched them for years. You know what? So you don't want to waste your time and throw a football. We know what he can do. Win the national championship. We know what he can do. So I'm not mad at it.
That's true to a sense. Now, I would be one of the ones that would watch it and learn from it, and because I don't know how fast somebody can run or move.
Fair. Right. Okay, so like I said, it's a fan event. Yeah. If you're an NFL scout and you don't already know this, you should be fired immediately yesterday.
Doing drills in shorts and a t-shirt is not football. You're not doing it at football speed. You don't have pads on. You don't have cleats on. You're out there in shorts and a t-shirt. So because you can run a 4.4 in shorts and a t-shirt doesn't mean you're running 4.4 with pads on and cleats and field conditions and everything else. I agree, Spicy. I mean, we see them in the big moments. Yeah, I mean, we saw him on the biggest stage in the biggest moments against Alabama, Oregon, and then Miami in the championship game in what was essentially a home game for Miami. So it's not like it was a neutral site like it's supposed to be. He basically had to go into Miami and beat them on their home field in the biggest moment, and he did it. Like I said, in football pads at football speed. The combine, I agree. It's just a dog and pony show. It's a way to keep the NFL relevant during those off months. And that's why the NFL does everything. They do the combine in February, and then we have free agency in March and the draft in April, and they make us wait all the way till May to release the schedule.
Yep. Yeah, every month we're waiting on something.
Absolutely. It just keeps the NFL relevant during the off season. So I'm not mad at him not throwing. It doesn't change anything for him. He doesn't need to go there and prove anything. The fact he's showing up and, like you said, doing all the measurables and the height and weight and all the stuff that great, but I don't need to throw.
I think there's bigger moments that quarterbacks miss out on, and I'm going to use this as an example. You all know, if you watch the show, I love USC. Caleb Williams is a USC guy, so this is not a knock to him, but this is a good example to that, right? He played in a bowl game. Everyone plays in a bowl game now. This was 2 years ago, of course. He's already playing for the Chicago Bears, but he didn't play that game because he knew what his future was in the NFL.
Yeah.
So if we're going to be mad at anything, we should be mad at somebody sitting out a bowl game if they're not going to throw at the combine.
That too.
Right.
That too. Cool Kev has a great comment. He says the combine will cost you $20 million if you go there and make a bad throws.
There you go. That's the other aspect.
Yeah. But I think that's to my point though, because that competitive juice that I can perform at the drop of a dime. And guys also can use it to move up, just like he was saying. I don't think if Doza threw at the combine and he missed a throw or two here, I don't think it was going to cost him anything. I'm sorry, he did enough. I think he's done more than enough, in my opinion. But however, I think it's a great chance for other guys who do need to show some measurables. Sure. I also think it can expose some bullshit. Because look at that one guy. I think his name was Pavia. They were like, "Oh, he's 5'11". They measured that motherfucker. He was like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? So I do think it also can expose some bullshit that these teams be listing, and you know what I mean? The stuff that aren't under the microscope that they can at least find out. Is it just game speed, or is it, hell, this motherfucker just got speed anywhere you put him? I do think it does answer some questions. You know what I mean? And like I say, one of the biggest questions for me, though, I just like guys that just want to compete, that are humble. Like, oh, I'm invited to the combine. It's an honor. I'm going to do everything I can. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how I think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, hey, I love Doza. He ain't throwing. I'm whatever. Okay. You know what I mean? I still draft him 1 overall because of what I've seen on what the tape says. You know what I mean? His game film says, you know what I mean? So.
And keep in mind one thing, Omar. I mean, he could go there. He could make great throws. if he's throwing to receivers that he's never played with, that he's never really done anything with. So, I mean, he makes the right throw and, they either run the wrong route or drop something. It's going to go back on him. Well, he should have been more in sync with the receiver. Well, he's throwing to this guy that he just met maybe hours or days before.
Sure.
So, at his pro day,
because he's going to get the blame,
to his
right?
receivers. Exactly. At his pro day, he's throwing to his receivers. They're comfortable with each other. They know where he's going to put the ball. He knows where he needs to put the ball for them. It's comfort factor, and that's when you're really going to see what he can do.
Yep. No, I can't wait to see. I don't watch the combine, but I go and search all the results of the combine. I love to see the results, you know what I mean, and see who did what, and you know what I mean, how fast they are, you know what I mean, what they did, you know what I mean. So I am one of those people who always loves to check out combine results, though. So. And I wouldn't mind.
And it might also be like when the fans go and the players pay attention to, certain fans, maybe that's their new person they want to follow. Maybe, they're trying to get fan support and to have them follow through whichever team they may go on.
Yeah, like to Arthur's point, it's more of an exhibition type thing. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's just a dog opponent. And I see how it can help some players out that maybe need to move up in the draft or need to prove some things. Hey, you guys think that I'm too slow? Well, I just ran 4.4.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's no benefit to Mendoza throwing this week. So
no, I mean, Genty didn't run.
Work with your trainer. Exactly. Work with your trainer, do your thing, show up at your pro day, work, throw to your guys and be the number one pick in the draft and come to Vegas.
I mean, last year Genty didn't run. He didn't do the 40.
Right.
You know what I mean? He already knew that. Oh no. My skill isn't in the 40-yard dash. My skill is I'm tough as fuck to bring down. That's my skill set.
When I put the pads on, not when I'm shorts and a t-shirt.
Right. So unless this combine has people trying to tackle me, fuck that.
Okay, how about this? I mean, if we're talking, let's talk about some quarterbacks, right? Infamously, is that the right word? Infamously, Tom Brady ran a 5.28. In the combine. Probably the slowest of all time, and ends up with the more Super Bowls than even one franchise has. So are we really basing anything off of that? I mean,
no, hey, and that picture he took in that shirt, I thought like, dude, this dude he got little man boobs going on a little bit there. It was
Omar. No, let me tell you what that's about. Okay. If all of this is a public service announcement for all of you and myself. If you think you're ugly, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Okay. Broke. Oh yeah. Because when he was on that, when he started spending $1 million a year on his health,
start making that money, you're gonna be pretty. I tell you, we're handsome.
Tom Brady went from ashy to classy. You know what I'm saying?
For real. You already know.
For real. That is hilarious. I mean, that is such the truth. Man, so basically, I gotta keep Inga. I gotta keep Inga broke. Then I gotta keep her ass broke. Don't tell her I said
that's the secret. Exactly.
Hold on. Mother Moon.
I know. Girl.
Right.
Uh-oh. Well, looks like we do have someone here to join us this evening. Yeah, no? Wait. I got to do my bells. I got to do the bells, though. We got to do the bells. We got to do the bells. My man's in them. Hobo Raider is in the house.
Hobo Raider.
What's going on, brother, man? How are you?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome to the show, Hobo Raider. Can I just before you get into it, I want to do a little special introduction because following our friend last week who did. This is why, how we start the show. We already said this, right? We said this over and over again. For Live, our Raider story. This is our story. And we had our friend Rucker last week who shared his story. Hobo Raider is going to be the next person to be on the show to share his story. So we are happy to have him. We're just teasing it right now. We haven't scheduled an exact date, but he's going to be on the show to share his story on our story. So welcome to the show, Hobo Raider.
Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got to make sure to put all kinds of extras on my story now. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Hey, has anybody seen Accelerator? I've been looking for him. I think he might be avoiding me or something. Anybody seen Accelerator around?
I mean, last I heard, he was under a bridge.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. You guys don't know I'm Accelerator too?
Yeah, I was kidding. I was playing along with it.
Yeah, but the rest of them look confused.
Oh.
Oh, I was like,
A little bit.
He's like
Listen,
he's
can I blame it on
He's Amy Trask. He's
Right.
That's right,
What was
right.
it? Mild Broncos girl or no, Bland Broncos
girl. Yeah.
He's all the
I'm still a little upset about that Broncos girl. I thought we were gonna have.
We were so
I was ready to set that show up.
Well, Bland is the opposite of spicy, though. Bland is the opposite of spicy.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, we were all like, call in.
Yeah, we were ready to go to battle.
We were like ready for that.
No, if Spicy's going to have an arch enemy, it's going to be Bland.
I'm still thinking we may need you to put on a wig. I need
I
this in
feel
my
like we
life.
should just come up with this skit.
Yeah, possibly.
I need this in my life, man.
But no, Spicy is the opposite of Bland. So, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody's going to be your enemy, it's going to be Bland girl.
Totally.
It's going to be Bland. See, this is why I've got a genius IQ right here, because I can think of these things. You know what I'm saying? But so I kind of missed the first part of the show because I had some business. So what are you guys talking about?
Well, we started off just talking about one thing that I was excited about as we were rolling out the new coaching staff. I was anxiously awaiting who the O-line coach was. So we started with that, with the hiring of Dennison. That got me excited. He had lots of experience. He was with Gary Kubiak, and he's worked with Klint Kubiak. Just kind of comparing that to what we had, from basically no experience and just all around did not do a good job, to someone who's done a great job and has a lot of experience. So that, at least on paper, brings a level of excitement. Like I say, outside of hiring Kubiak, that was the hire I was like really like, okay, kind of, wanting to see what we're going to do there. So that's where we started. And then we went to the combine talking about Doza not throwing.
Well, I'll tell you what we are. I'll tell you guys what, man, I'm happy. I'm sorry, Spicy, were you saying something?
No, go.
I am also very happy with the Dennison hire. I don't think there's too much. We really could have done much better than the Dennison hire. Like, this dude's been pretty successful everywhere he's gone. I mean, he's a little bit older, but so what? You know what I'm saying? Right. They can't all be freaking young. You know what I'm saying?
30, right.
Yeah, and Klint Kubiak has just done such a great job of putting together a staff. He's got I don't know if he's got a real talent for that, or it's just because people want to come to the Raiders right now because of our money and everything. Mm-hmm. But Klint seems to know what he's doing with putting together a good staff. And so the Dennison hire, when I heard about this, because that was really the last thing we needed, right? Was an O-line coach. We don't need any more coaches now, right? That was our last hire.
Not that I know of. And to me, that was a big one. To me, that was just as big. Yeah. I thought that was just as big as the coordinators was going to be who the O-line coach is. So,
yeah. Here's to your point, Hobo Raider. I think you kind of hit the nail right on the head there. I think I don't know if you, listen, I was at the tailgate, so I was a little late too. So I don't know if they touched on it yet, but I think players, coaches are salivating right now, because we talked about this before, but this is the only true time that the Raiders have really been able to hold all the cards, right? So people are looking forward to free agency, which is coming up, the cap space, the number 1 draft pick, and they've literally have replaced every single coach. There's a whole new vibe here. So the Raiders didn't win a lot of games last year, but I see players coming from winning teams to go, hey, this is something that we can build from ground up. And especially if you're an elite player, if you're an elite player in the NFL and you have free agency and you have some pool and you want to come here and talk to these coaches and say, essentially being interviewed, right? In a sense, and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for from this team, and this is how I can contribute, and this is what I hope you can add to it. I think the Raiders are holding a lot of cards here.
Hey, Omar, Arthur, I think she's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's taken 6 years since they've relocated, but because like we said, it just feels different, right? It feels different.
Yeah, I agree, Spicy. Oh, go ahead, guys.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, and then hearing coaches saying no to one team and yes to us.
Yes,
that to me was special. That was awesome right there, because I remember the day when we were overpaying. You know what I mean? And you know, and last year, remember, we wanted Ben Johnson and didn't get him. So this year was very different. To get the guy, let's just say on paper, Klint Kubiak was the best in class, the one that he was the Ben Johnson of this year, and to get him and then to have people choosing us, coaches saying, "Oh no, I want to go over there." That's
literally
pretty awesome.
choosing. I mean, we have coaches that have decided to come to the Raiders from a Super Bowl winning team, where that is the easy stay to try to repeat. Because, I mean, repeating a Super Bowl is not easy. And if you already have a winning team, you think, okay, I'm stacked. And if you're in the position where you've had that much success, you can ask for a raise or a contract extension. And we're having people choosing the Raiders now. Yes. We haven't really had that, to be honest, right? We have people in the coaching situation that have been interim. Or we're giving you this job because we don't have anybody right now. Or you're kind of like next in line. Nobody's available in the middle of the season to go hire. Like, this is different. So you want to call it drinking the Kool-Aid, call it what it is, but this is different.
Yeah.
April's drinking the Kool-Aid as well. She said she switched from a sippy straw to no straw. She's taking full-on gulps right now of the purple drink. Wow. So it's not just Kool-Aid. In her mind, it's purple drink. I like it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And Raider Travis is saying he's fine. He already 20-0.
He bumped his. Raider Travis since the start of this channel has been at 17.
Right, but that's he including playoff games now.
Even Raider Travis bumped his.
He's like, fuck it. I'm throwing in playoff wins. I love it.
Kevin's like, no. I'm done with some Kool-Aids. I need some Hennessy's.
Hey, that's what I'm on right now tonight. A little hen, dog. So I'll take a little drink for you, cool Kev.
I think Arthur is too. What are you drinking up there?
Bourbon, always bourbon.
Bourbon. But Hobo Raider, sorry, I didn't mean if I cut you off. Please take the.
Sorry, Hobo. Got excited.
You got excited.
No, I mean this is all good. I love listening to you guys too. You know that. But no, you're right, Spicy. I mean, you can just see the Cinderella story starting to build and taking its first step. And I think that's what's appealing to a lot of players and coaches around the league. That they're looking at the money, they're looking at just the whole situation, and they think, I could really be a part of building something from the ground up here. And which means if I do win a Super Bowl, I'll get a lot of credit for that, right?
Right.
Plus, everybody wants, like every coach's desire to go to the worst team in the league and make them the best team in the league, right? Like every coach is like a top 5 dream of coaches. That's it, right? It's like a real life remember the Titans type thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do know what you're saying, and it even happened in Seattle, right? We're getting a lot of their coaches now, and they took a chance on Sam Darnold. You know, at the beginning of the season, people would have been like, okay, maybe, like, I don't know. Would any of us in the NFL fan base said, oh, yeah, Sam Darnold's the guy. You guys are going to go to a Super Bowl now? I mean, that is the redemption story of all redemption stories. And now they look like geniuses. Now they look like geniuses. Like, we made that decision to bring him to our team, and now look where we are. So,
you know what this reminds me of? And I'm from Wisconsin, so that this is what I can compare it to. This reminds me of, and I'm going way back here and showing my age here, but this reminds me of when the Packers first landed Mike Holmgren and Brett Favre and Reggie White. And their whole fortune turned around, and they've pretty much been a successful team ever since. Occasional losing record here and there, but generally speaking, the Packers are well above 500, right? And it's really started with Mike Holmgren and Favre and Reggie White. I think Reggie came like a year after Favre and Holmgren, but still, that was like the first groundwork to turn the Packers into like the basic, super team they've been to the last 25 or 30 years. And this is that same vibe to me in a different way, but it's that same vibe.
And no, I agree with you. And I don't know that we've ever seen anything like this. I know we've never seen anything like this on the Raiders. We've seen a coaching change here and there. And I don't know, Omar, if you have the cartoon or not, but the long list of the coaches at the Raiders are still paying. But I don't know that we've seen anything like, and hey, chat, either come on with me and tell me what the truth is or comment. I don't know if we've ever seen a coaching change, a coaching staff change at this capacity, like ever. I know we haven't on the Raiders, but I don't know if we have maybe even in the NFL. I mean, they've replaced almost everybody.
And to your point, anybody ever had this much of a change?
I don't know, but like I said, to Spicy's point, not only to have all these guys still on your payroll that are gone, give the new guy a 5-year deal.
Yep.
So right now you're feeling the burn. While you're feeling the burn of firing people, you say, okay, new guy, I'm going to give you 5 years. I mean, to me, that is committing. That's committing to Klint.
Not 2, not 3. If this guy gets fired after 1 year or 2 years, because that's kind of the track record, that's another one to the list, and that's a lot more money. It's kind of historic, to be honest. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I was going to say it's not as a big of a commitment as what Mark Davis did for Chucky. Remember, he gave him a 10-year deal, but he loved Chucky. Chucky was like his childhood, that was his Superman. That was his
the
comic
problem.
Hero.
That's been the problem, though.
Two things with that, right? You're talking about Chucky 2.0.
Yes, Chucky. When Mark gave him 10 years. Mark gave him a 10-year deal,
right? He didn't get fired. We all know what happened with that situation.
Right.
He basically got pushed out.
Right.
So, but then to continue it, I think that's the more interesting point. So
that's what I'm saying. It takes a lot.
Keep giving these coaches opportunities and keep signing them for extra years.
All right.
And there's no need for it. I mean, there was no need for it. There's no need for even to extend Geno for an extra year.
But the coaching money is different money than player money. Sure. You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about how they've operated.
Coaching money, that's straight out of Mark's pocket. You know what I mean? Those millions of dollars that he's spending on coaches, that's right out of his pocket, because that's where your profit, your P&L, that it floats right there. Like your profit goes up if you're not sitting here with lots of coaches and sitting on your payroll. You know what I mean? Because either you could pocket it or reinvest it into your team. And so I got to give him credit, man. Giving Kubiak a 5-year deal, to me, at least I'm going to say I'm seeing it as some stability.
Yeah, it is.
He's not about to change quickly. We're not going to see this guy get fired after the 2026 season. You know what I mean? So,
and not only because of that 5-year contract, because of all the coaches that have been hired behind him.
Because of everything. Yeah, the whole picture says that. Exactly.
So let's go. Francis the Sith, thank you for joining us. It might be a new viewer. I don't know if I've seen you before, but if you have, thank you for always being on here as well. He said Davis needs to let it play out, show commitment beyond a year or two. And I think we've said this over and over on the show that we needed time. We need time for the vision to develop, and we haven't seen that. And for good reason. But I think this year, with the way the hiring is going, and to your point, Omar, the way the contract has been not extended but offered, I think we're going to see more than a 1 or 2 year.
100%.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully he's going to be patient. I think he's, if anything, I'm hoping that this and Brady can just say, hey, you got to be patient, dude. You got to we're going to take a few lumps. You know what I mean? We don't know how it's going to play out, but we can plan. You know what I mean? And have some realistic expectations, So hopefully that's what we see. Hopefully Spy Tech, I'll just switch over to him real quick, because he said he learned a lesson, and we're going to see about keeping players. You know what I mean? So hopefully over the next few seasons, we can see that you keep your good players, man, or you can't build. So,
Yeah, so I have some little stats here. The number of head coaches changes per year typically average around 6 or 7. 2009, there was 11 changes for one team.
Who was that? Was that the Lions?
We have our Las Vegas at 13, Cleveland Browns at 10, and Washington Commanders had 9. But that's overall. Doesn't give me who it was, but 25, 26 cycles, about 10 changes. But right now we're in the lead of all time. Hey, we're in the lead of something.
We're always breaking records in the wrong way.
Wait, was Mother Moon, was the 2009 one the Lions? Was that after their 0-16 season?
Well, let me just look back here.
Well, she looks that up. I think the Lions was the first that registered for me, or I thought that the Lions was probably one of them as well.
Yeah, no one else has ever done that, right? Gone 0-16.
I have
the Browns.
The Browns did.
Yeah, the Browns. Yeah,
Cleveland did it also.
Yeah, sure did.
Richard
I'm
Lyon
loving
8259 says, I'm loving Davis stepping back and letting Spytek and Brady make football decisions. So if that's happening in the
100%.
building, it's happening in the building.
100%. I completely agree with that comment. We've seen Davis's hires, like Omar just said. Since he's taken over, he hired Gruden, who, like you said, was his childhood hero. He had to have Gruden. Oh, Gruden, we won with Gruden, bring Gruden back. He hired AP, who was a fan favorite. And I think that's kind of the reason why Davis hired him. He hired McDummy just based off a resume. So, I mean, and then Pete. So a lot of the hires that Davis has made have been a lot of just off their resume. Oh, we won with Gruden. We got to bring Gruden in. Pete Carroll, he's won Super Bowls. Josh McDummy, he's won all these Super Bowls as a coordinator, and he's such a great offensive mind, and all the fans loved it. He stepped back, and now all of a sudden we're seeing this team being built right. We're letting the football mind step in and make some of these hires in Brady and Spytek, and now we're seeing this team being built the right way. And I think we're going to see the product come September.
Yeah, as long as we're patient. Yeah.
We're going to see
what
happens when football minds actually can build a team. And like I said, I think it's going to be another successful draft. Like I said, I've beat the drum on this show for months. Our 2025 draft was good. It was a good draft. It was just coached badly. And
yeah, I agree. We've got some good young talent, man.
We do. We really do.
Yeah.
It just was, the coaching was terrible. Those guys didn't get a chance. They didn't get the opportunities that they should have. And we're going to see that 2025 draft, there was a lot of good players that we got on that during that draft.
The only one I want to get rid of is the rookie receiver that started for us. His name is escaping me. I'm sorry. But
Betcher Thornton.
Thornton. Because Thornton seemed to me like he didn't really fight for the ball in the 50-50 balls. He just, there were times it felt to me he wasn't giving 110%. I mean, that's what I got out of him. He didn't seem to really fight for 50-50 balls, and I don't know. I feel like
I like both of them, man. I'm hoping this coaching staff, and I think, we've talked about this a little bit before, Hobo Raider, where I was thinking, we may not need to bring in a big name receiver right now. I would rather spend the money somewhere else, just because of how much I believe in those two. They got two different skill sets. I thought it was a great drafting those two because of the difference in their skill sets.
Yes.
And like I say, I just think that the coaching was just not good enough to make a decision on these guys, man. And that's just me, boss. I really do. I was looking at them games like, oh my God, really?
And the way they were used was terrible. And I agree. I think that both of them can still be good, but I would love to bring in a veteran receiver. I think that the receiver room needs it. I threw out the name Mike Evans last week, and now all of a sudden that name has been popping up on a lot of people's radar. I just think he would just bring such a veteran presence to this room and really teach these guys how to be professionals and run routes and do everything the right way. I'd say I think the Spytek connection is there. I mean, there's a lot of things that could make that happen, and it would just bring such a big presence to that receiver room.
All right, Hobo Raider, before we let you go, any last thoughts?
Yeah, but before I do, can I just ask you one question, Spicy?
Totally.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to like self-promote or anything, but I know Arthur and Omar have already seen it, so I'm wondering if you've seen my channel, seen some of my videos, and if so, what is your opinion of them?
Of course I've seen it. I'm a subscriber. This is what I'm actually, honestly, maybe you can give me some insight. I'm impressed with this. You don't have a lot of subscribers right now, but you have a lot of views. So you're doing something right, because people care about your opinion. And I think that's all that matters.
Oh, very cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, as far as closing thoughts go, I'm pretty sure we're going to bring Stokes back, right?
I hope so.
Or we're leaning. I mean, I haven't heard anything about him wanting to go anywhere. But I really want to see what they do. And I talked a little bit about this, though, last week. But I really want to see what they do to shore up our secondary, specifically our corners, in this off season. Because if they don't go get at least a halfway decent corner from somebody, and they can depend completely on the draft, I think that's going to be a giant mistake, because a really good pass defense can cover up a lot of flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we get somebody, and by the way, Marshawn Lattimore is now available. Remember how I keep saying we need a Marshawn Lattimore type? Well, now he's actually available himself. You know what I'm saying? So we could snatch him
trigger,
up.
baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'll be
bring
with
Marshawn on one side, Stokes on the other. I mean, we'll have a much, much better pass defense. So Yeah, I mean, I know I'm with you guys on the line and everything else, but I really think that our pass defense needs a whole lot of attention too in this offseason, and that's where I'll leave it, I guess.
All right. Well,
Awesome,
thank you.
brother.
We appreciate you, and also put your
Definitely.
channel in the comments for people that don't know. Make sure to go subscribe to his channel as well, because
Well, I can't do that because YouTube auto filters me every time I do that.
just put what your name's under. You don't have to actually put a
Okay.
link, and then people can find you that way. Because he actually does a lot of shorts, and he has a lot of good information. So make sure to go to subscribe to his channel as well. Thank you,
Appreciate
Hobo
that.
Raider. We
Definitely.
appreciate you.
Thanks. You as well. Thanks.
All right, and we got some big news. We have some big news. We are going to have Miss Mama in the building, one of our most favorite Raiderettes, who's been on this show several times. On our other show, our Raiderettes Roundtable, she was in the Benito Bowl. She got to perform. If you watched, who didn't watch? Come on, it's the most highly rated Super Bowl halftime show of all time at this point. She was in the salsa scene, in the wedding scene, on the rooftop. Her smile radiates, and she's going to be on our show. We're going to interview her. We think it's going to be on Thursday, but we're going to make sure. But we're going to tease it now. Fun fact, though, I think this is actually really interesting. She's been in 3 Super Bowls now.
Oh, nice.
3.
Wow.
One at
Nice.
halftime. One on the sidelines as a Raiderette, and one on the sidelines as a Gold Rush girl. She actually even holds a Super Bowl ring because she performed for one of the winning Super Bowl teams. So she's been around for a long time. I think that's an impressive.
You said Gold
career.
Rush? I'm
Gold
sad
Rush.
now. I know that's the 49ers. I'm a little sad now.
All right, well, hey, I'm gonna stick up for them right now because I think this is cool. Because when she danced for them, they gave her a Super Bowl ring. When she danced for the Raiders, they didn't.
Uh-oh. Damn it.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna say it, but since you were trying to hate it just a little tiny bit, I gotta give a little. But either way, doesn't matter. The point is, this is like a seasoned profession. She wants to come on and share her experience with us. She called me personally.
Awesome.
She can share with anybody. She called us personally. She wants to be on this channel. She was actually the first Raiderette to be on For Life, our Raiderettes Roundtable, and she's been on 2 or 3 times now. She's always been a supporter of the show, and she's going to come on and kind of share her insight about her experience, the culture, the choreography, all those types of things. And this is a Super Bowl that halftime show that's really historic.
yeah.
And she's going to talk about that. And
Sure.
I think we've seen that so far. We've seen it
She's
so far.
awesome.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. I mean, I'll let her tell her story, but basically, this is why she was cast. They said, we all know you can dance. Everyone in this room can dance. They were looking for someone to radiate that smile that she has.
And she does.
And she does, and she did.
If you follow her on Insta, she's got her little her dance moves really quick, but her energy is everything, and her smile just lights up the room. So I totally get it why they had her on there.
And it's a long-lived career. It's
Her
been
passion.
decades and decades and decades with two different NFL teams, now in the Super Bowl halftime show, and she actually is currently working I don't want to put words in her mouth, but working in some aspect with dance and choreography at USC. So this is a very talented person that we get the honor.
Lock her in. Yeah, the time and day.
Nice.
So there's my little plug for our girl mama.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Are we ready to talk a little free agency now? I mean, we got what? I think we got what? 2 weeks? 2 weeks now? March 11th is going to be free agent, I mean, I think, hey, I would just start with, with what Hobo Raider was saying before he left, and us bringing in a Lattimore type cornerback. I mean, I think that would be great. I mean, we've talked about, I think a lot of the hype, of course, would be, and I think we talked about this before. Was it a couple of years ago where Hutchinson was going through a little contract issue, and we were thinking, oh yeah, it'd be great to have him. But once again, now he's a free agency. He's 31 years old. He might cost too much, but there's some other guys on there. I mean, we got Jalen Phillips, who from Miami, who's 27 years old. I mean, could you imagine bringing in another with Max Crosby and a corner. So I mean, you got to think what that does to an opposing quarterback, where now we got one guy that could possibly shut down one half of the field, and we got pressure coming from both sides. I mean, now you're taking 3-4 seconds and you're turning it to 1.5, 2 seconds at best, that they're going to have time to get that ball out of his hands. That would be awesome. You know what I mean?
And I think you make great points, Omar. And I will say this: the comment that you said stuck out to me is cost too much. I will say no, and I'll say no for this reason: the Raiders have a lot of money to spend, and they haven't spent it. They've had a lot of money for at least 1 or 2 seasons now, and they haven't spent it. And you essentially get a number 1 draft pick for free on a rookie contract that's going to cost nothing, right?
Oh yeah.
So I say, listen, if we're rolling the dice here, we've got a whole new coaching staff. There's a whole new thing. I say roll the dice. They've already paid too much for so many things. They paid too much, in my opinion, for Geno. They signed him for an extra year without even throwing a pass. That's paying too much. You talked about it earlier about the 10-year deal with Gruden. Like, they're obviously willing to spend the money. The ticket for coaches they're paying is outrageous. So no, nothing's costing too much at this point. If it makes more sense, all of those decisions.
And even so, I mean, there's some other guys that we may be able to, other defensive ends specifically, that we can get on a little bit of a discount, like Mafi. I think Arthur brought that up, a little earlier, talking about Mafi, who's from Seattle. And he's a good DN. He's a top 15 free agent right now. So whether you're not reaching for a Hendrickson, or you're thinking, maybe Jalen Phillips wants a little bit more than we want to pay, I mean, you can find a guy who, like I say, like Mafi, because we need someone. And I'm not giving up on our guys that we have right now. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, like I say, looking over the top 15 free agencies and thinking, okay, what can we get? I mean, Arthur has been talking about, what's the center's name?
Tyler Lindenbaum.
Lindenbaum.
Tyler Lindenbaum, man.
Because if we can get him at center, we can JPJ can just go in the guard, and there you go.
Now your whole left side of your offensive line is taken care of. You got Colton at tackle, JPJ at guard, and then you have Linderbaum at center. That entire left side is protected and taken care of, and you're good to go. And then you bring in, like I said, we just talked about, you bring in another guard, or you know what I mean, to play maybe right guard, and let him in DJ Glaze battle it out for that right guard position. Like I said, I think that Rodgers can play, or Charles Grant can play that left tackle position. And there we go. Now we're deep. Now we have players that if whoever wins between Glaze and if we bring in a guard, now that's, we have depth, and that's what we always need. You need offensive line depth, because those guys, they're big guys. They get those freak injuries, and you need to be able to bring somebody in off the bench that can play and be just as good. So, I mean, a couple pieces here and there, and that offensive line is squared. I
was going to say, dude, we just discussed about 4 to 5 players that we could bring in that could extremely turn this team around.
Yes, it doesn't take much.
I mean, just in free agency. Yep. Not to say even if we have a great draft.
Right.
We're just 4 or 5 players from the trenches to the cornerback, how it could get turned around hella quickly.
So fast. Omar, Arthur just said a couple pieces here and there, and this is what I've been trying to preach this show and all the last shows. The Raiders get to choose the couple pieces here and there. They are the dealer in this situation. Yeah, I'm using some, Vegas acronyms here. But they are the dealer in this situation. They get to pick and choose all of the stuff. Hopefully, after what? We're in 2020. What is this? Our sixth season? Season? That's a long time. That's more than half a decade. That's a long time. Yeah. Maybe the house can finally win, because Allegiant Stadium is the house in Vegas that never wins. They're finally the dealer in this situation, and they get to pick and choose everything they want, and they get to take the time to do it, and they get to make the moves, and they have the money to do it. How do you win in Vegas? We all know this. How do you win in Vegas? You have to have the money to back it up. I put down $10,000. I lost it. Guess what? I have 10 more. Yeah. I lost it again. Guess what? I have 10 more. I have $100,000 to lose. Finally, when I lost 80, that's when I win. And that's what the Raiders literally have in their back pocket, because they hold all the cards.
That's what I was saying about drafting Mendoza. They're like, oh, I'm like, no, dude, we need to draft a quarterback in the first round until we have a franchise quarterback.
Take your shots.
Like, seriously, if you're not that committed,
that's it.
Then you shouldn't be in charge of an NFL team.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Spicy, you're absolutely right. We have to keep plugging away at it. I mean, because let's just say there are some people that we know we could pay them some money and we know we're going to get some dividends in free agents. We know this. You talk about Linderbaum. You know you're going to get that man his money. You know you're going to get a solid center. You know what I mean? You get some of these other guys in here. You know you're going to get it. And then, hey, you still got some money now for some diamonds in the rough that maybe, okay, now I can gamble. Maybe it's a linebacker or two here that you're like, you know what? He could be a starter, or he may be depth. But at the same time, we know we're going to get something out of him. But that's the kind of position we're in. However, don't fucking bank that shit again like you did last year. I got PTSD off that shit. I'm like, come on,
that
man.
money's getting spent this year for sure.
The money.
It's getting spent this year.
I mean, because here we go. If you spend it in the right place with the right players, it should go into next year. I mean, you're not about to blow your wad on a 1-year deal, so it's not like you're just throwing the money away. You know, to make sure that you get some good contracts with that money as well. So, you know,
I love when his octane goes really high. That means he's serious.
It's real. It's real.
He's serious.
Let me pop to these comments real quick because, he says, Spicy, you from Vegas. I'm absolutely not from Vegas. Yeah. I'm an Oakland Raiders fan. I think we all are, right? Around the show.
100%.
Like originally, we're all from Oakland. You know, we still love the Raiders, of course. We've gone from Oakland to LA to Oakland, and now they're in Vegas. But I'm an Oakland Raider. Actually, I've never even wore any. I might wear LA, but I never actually have. But I would. I've never worn anything Vegas, and I won't.
Never. Don't even own anything that says Vegas on it. Won't buy it.
I represent the Oakland Raiders.
Exactly.
I'm not from Oakland. I'm from the suburbs of Oakland. But Mother Moon, straight out of East Oakland.
Born and
raised out of East Oakland. You don't want to mess with her if you know what I mean.
I'm sweet until I'm not.
Tell me, Mother Moon. Was it 64th and what?
62nd and Bancroft.
66. There we go. There it is.
Born right out of Highland. If you know what Highland is, then you know it's been a while.
You know. If you know, you know. We're all from like the Oakland Bay area here on this show, and that's why we say it's for life, our Raider story. That's why we have if you don't actually Hobo Raider, much love and respect to you. And if you know this, then it's no disrespect, but our logo is the Oakland tree. The tree you see in the middle is the Oakland tree, and that's our little homage to Oakland. It's almost like if you know, it's not in your face, but yeah, we're all from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
What else we got in the chat? So definitely, Richard says definitely need to address the trenches for sure. Yes, my guy. It gotta do it.
Both sides
Let's see here. All eyes on G. My guess they build through the draft and free agency. Expect 1, maybe 2 through free. I hope not, man. We got too much money.
There's too much money to spend. Exactly.
And we don't have another quarterback.
He's going on. I feel like he's going off track record because they don't.
Yeah, but we don't have a quarterback to re-sign, so we don't have to spend our money there. Max is already locked up in a contract, so we don't have to spend money there. So I mean, we got to use that money in free agency, boss man. So that's what I'm saying. We got $100 million and not a lot of players to re-sign right now. Right. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about Stokes and there's a few other people, but we don't have, big contracts out there that money has to go to. So I'm hoping they use it. So I'm kind of against this a little bit.
How they won't. I can't see how they won't. It's the free agency. It's
that's right, Jay Jackson. Tell me.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, Arthur. I just had to throw that one up real quick.
No, I agree. Hey, it's all uptown. No, I don't see how we don't spend in free, and we're going to spend big in free agency. They have that period where you can, what do they call it? Where you can actually sign players, but it's not official until after the 11th. You're going to hear so many announcements during that period that the Raiders are signing this person. This person's going to sign with the Raiders. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. And it's going to be all through free agency. So I don't see us building in the draft this year. It's going to be mostly through free agency.
Except for Doza.
Of course.
By the way, I'm loving all the Oakland love in the comments right now.
I know.
Right.
I got a little nostalgic, and I'm just like reading through some of these Oakland supporting here. Hey, it all started. Listen, we're all Raiders fans, right? But hey, it all started in Oakland.
That's it.
Here's an interesting comment. Cool Kev says, still got to settle Wilkins. I haven't heard a lot about the Wilkins ordeal because I thought there was some arbitration and then I didn't hear anything after that. I haven't heard anything. So Cool Kev, if you got more info on that. That kind of was because I was definitely hoping to see some big things out of Wilkins. So
yeah.
Here's another little plug. Richard Lyon, 8259. He said, I never got to experience the O.co, sadly. It was called a lot of things. The Oakland Alameda Coliseum, all of Saber, but we all refer to, the O.co kind of stuck. Well, I will say this. Like I said, here's a little plug. We actually started the show to show what it was like to be in Oakland. I'm actually kind of sad that you never got to experience either. But through our channel, you can see that because we documented it all. The very last season in 2019, we documented it all. You can go back to our channel right here. You can watch seasons. I think we had 4 seasons where we had about 10 to 15-minute episodes of what it was like to be an Oakland Raiders fan and what it was like to experience your time out there at the Coliseum, at the O'Connell Lodge, at the Hilton, at iconic Raiders bars in and around the area. So I'm
and that's where we met.
Too, but hey, you can go and live it through our channel. Check it out.
And most importantly, that's where we all met.
Yeah.
So,
literally.
Yeah, B-lot.
I love that. By the way, thank you for saying that, Omar, because you know what? It's not just a franchise, it's a family. And that's what it was out there. That's what it was. We these people on the screen, well, obviously my mom and I are related, but other than that, Arthur, Omar, we met these people in the parking lot, and we've been friends now for over a decade. We've been to each other's houses and weddings and this and that and the other. And that's what Raiders football was really about in Oakland. It was really about, it's not just a franchise, it's a family. And we all fell in love with not only the team, the experience, the tailgate, the smell, each other, the purple drink, the alligator, the dancing.
Preach.
Right?
I think we'll go back and get some little snippets of what we did at the beginning of our show.
Yeah, maybe we should. You know what? Actually, we should do. Maybe the 4 of us should just sit down again and tell our story.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do
I
that.
like it.
You know, it's been half a decade. Maybe we just reboot it.
You're making me feel old when you keep saying decade.
Half a decade. Well, all eyes on me. I think it was last week that came on when Rucker was on. He was like, he hit us on comments and he was like, "Thank you for bringing the show back to what you brought it to, or where it came from."
Right.
You know, he was happy to see Rucker on the show telling his story. We're happy to have
awesome.
Hobo come back on,
Yeah.
and maybe we just do it again because that's really where the tradition is. That's where the tradition started, and that's what we want to keep living on.
Well, see, listen, there's a lot of good comments. They're bringing back their memories. I think everyone has something to say. You know,
Econo Lodge.
Econo Lodge is where I met Skull Lady. If she's in here, and invited me to her tailgate under that huge pylon. Mother Moon, speak on this because same. We have the same story.
Yeah, I you know, from I think I don't even know, decades ago. You know, you were young, and she just wrapped her arms around you and us, and just the Skull Lady was the sweetest skull person ever. I mean, I'm sure she still is, but I haven't heard from her for a while. But
no,
yeah.
Skull Lady was like one of the original quote unquote super fans. And I think what he says by pylon was they were always right across from Motorhome Row, across from La Familia Tailgaters, and in between where Omar's tailgate was, kind of like sandwiched in that triangle right there. And pylon, I think there was like a how do you say? Was it like a? It was an
electrical
sort of thing. Yeah.
Tower.
So she was always there. We always knew what. That's the thing. We always knew where to find everybody. We always knew.
You know what I miss?
We made our rounds.
And I say this every time we bring it up. I miss all the damn T-shirts. Damn, them dudes. I used to come to that first game with all my cash so I can get all the T-shirts for the whole damn season. And I miss that shit.
What did we used to call it, girl? The Bart Ramp store.
The Bart Ramp store. The best deals ever. The Bart Ramp store were the best deals ever. Jay Jackson says Econo Lodge parties were the bomb. C-Lot, baby. Yeah, but Mother Moon, the Bart Ramp stores were the great because you can take the Bart from the Oakland airport. You could take it from the East Bay, from San Francisco, anywhere. And you walk across the Bart Ramp, you can get merch for $5.
Right? You can show up there with no gear and come out drip.
I think. Listen, I think there might be another season that we need. We might have something here. We might have something here.
There you go.
Although Raider said, I've never been to a Raider game ever. A Raider game at all? Ever?
Bummer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Hey, I'm gonna offer you this. I'm gonna offer you this. If you're, I don't know where you live, but if you're able to come to a preseason game in Las Vegas, Mother Moon and I are season ticket holders. Mother Moon, if you want to vouch for this, you can have our tickets.
I'm good with that.
Because you need to go to a Raider game.
Check the
box. We can't get you one in Oakland, of course, but
in Oakland, but it's cool.
I wish. But well, I mean, listen, you're a great supporter of the show. We appreciate you. If you've never been to one, Mother Moon, you want to second it?
I second it. Hobo Raider. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. I don't see any reason why, we can't. That's part of being a family. You have a family member.
It's not just franchise, it's a family. If you want to come out to Vegas, well, we don't know when the game is going to be because it doesn't come out till the schedule doesn't come out till May. Yeah, listen. You can have our season. You can have our preseason ticket.
Richard says, "Okay, he hasn't either." Okay, let's talk about it.
Right.
Let's all talk about it.
Well, no, because we actually, I mean, it's like the plug show. Anyone that's a member of our show automatically gets entered in our raffles. We raffle off tickets to a lot of shows, or a lot of games during the season. If you're a member of our channel, you automatically get entered into these raffles, and you can win tickets. I think Raider Travis can. He's been a member since day one, and he's won tickets to games.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have preseason tickets that I could throw in there too. I mean, essentially, my background is basically where my seats are at, right there in what's considered now the black hole. So, 124 lower level, right there. So that's what my background is where our seats are. So yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Thank you, Arthur, for that. We're all here to support Raiders fans that have not been to a game. We love it. Let's see what Francis the Sith says. He says, my favorite Raider game ever was probably Raiders Titans in 2002. Regular season, we sat down 5 minutes in, and a few plays later, 21-0. Those teams were so much fun.
Yeah, that 2002 team, man. Ooh. That was Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown. That was a good team.
Got to get back to the winning ways.
Raider says, this is a real kind offer. I'm actually very moved. Wow. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, it's not just the franchise. We're a family, and you've been a huge supporter of this show. So that's we're the least we can do. And I hope you can enjoy the experience. I wish you could just be in Oakland.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
He goes on to say, guys, my jaw is dropped right now. I was not expecting that offer. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
The only thing that has improved since the Raiders have left Oakland is my liver. That's it.
Right. I don't know. Though, we play the strength game on this show every week, so I don't know. I mean, maybe not.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure I could say the same. because the Oakland Raiders season used to be 8 weeks. Now we're year round.
Man. Oh, man. Well, you guys, any last thoughts before we wrap up, guys?
No, I'm good. Really.
I guess I just feeling grateful tonight. Thank you for everyone who's been, in chat. Thank you for Mama, who is going to come on our show to share her experience from the Bonito Bowl, and anyone who wants to share their story on our story, please do, because that's how this channel started. That's all I got.
No, I'm just, like I said, I'm excited about the way things are headed. I won't be tuning into the combine, so Omar, let me know how it goes. But I'm excited about free agency getting ready to kick off here in a couple weeks, and I know we'll definitely be talking about it here on the show in the weeks to come. So, no, I'm just, like I said, I've been saying it. I'm gonna continue to say it. Everything just feels different this offseason, and I'm here for it.
Well, I'm with you guys. And I'm looking forward to what the show's going to bring, with going back to bringing the people telling their stories, having Mama back on, just reminiscing like we did, and bringing some old clips back and sharing with everyone.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Ana Diaz is in the chat here. She has said, "Have a good night, everyone." She's a member of the show. She's a long supporter of this show, and I just want to share. I want to give my love to her. I know she's been. I don't want to necessarily put her business out there, but let's just say, like, we're praying for you. We hope you have good health. Love you, girl.
That's it.
For sure. Yeah, man. But I'll just touch on what Arthur was saying, man. Yeah, it feels different. I definitely like what we're doing, so I'm gonna be paying very close attention. I think free agency is going to it's going to be a great tale of the tape to kind of give us a preview into what's to come next. And then, of course, drafting Doza. I think drafting Doza is going to be key to everything in my mind on how we build out in the future. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And I think Gino, wait, what is Cool Cam said?
Cool Campbell's always got you, Omar. He's always got you.
Cool Cam will keep me on my toes, man, for
totally.
sure.
And he wants to know where your chocolates are.
Right? Right? And I'm looking for them damn things because I'm like, fuck, I would kick my feet up if I can find them too. And I'm like, God dang it, I can't find them. But hey, you never know. One day if I find some, I'm buying some new ones. That's for sure. I can wear them by the pool in the backyard. Shit. But yeah, man, definitely excited. I won't be it's not that I watch the combine. I just read all the results. That's what I like.
Sure, yeah.
I like to see all the results of the players and stuff like that. You know, the fastest, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who did great. So,
I get you.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to see what we do in free agency. We're going to talk a lot more about that because I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about free agency, especially as we get a little bit closer to it. Here's some combine results. So, yeah, man, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we go out one way and only one way.
Raiders!
Peace.
Yeah.